Hello and welcome to another needlet video. This one is about Chinese medicine and how Chinese understand and explain how our human body works, and also how we can use it. What can we apply to our day-to-day from this very complex and completely whole system, holistic approach to health. So basically, in Chinese medicine, we see human body as an energy generating organism. We're producing energy, and our life, our existence depends on how much energy we have. It's a very practical, very easy to understand way of looking at things, very pragmatic, just like these ancient Chinese were, people who invented the printing press, compass, gunpowder, etc. Super practical, focused on results, focused on how can I use the tool to get where I want to be, rather than qualifying it or insisting on all the necessary details and understanding before they can apply something that they learned or noticed a pattern of. So uh, numerous examples of this throughout Chinese theory, that we're finally catching up in Western medicine. Um, Thousands of years later, we're finding out things that Chinese understood, many centuries ago. So how can we use this is really to learn enough, just a little bit of what is involved in the process of human body's operation, so we can start seeing patterns and seeing when the organ starts becoming deficient, when one of our organs starts displaying deficiency or discomfort or a breakdown, of course. So in theory, we're energy generating machines. We have 12 cylinders, to use the modern car mechanic reference. We have the engine has 12 cylinders, and these organs are in charge of generating, moving, and storing energy in the body. The view is that when that life force leaves the body, we cannot function anymore. We leave life. We stop living. So there are two types of qi, two types of energy. We have a long-term energy, kind of reserves, probably used to do the deep repair and maintain the functioning of the system, that then produces daily energy that is needed for our daily effort on every level. We operate on 5 levels, right? Health is always on 5 levels: physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and sexual. So to keep operating, we need energy. So these 12 organs, these 12 cylinders, they are basically organs that 10 of them we're familiar with. We know them in Western medicine. Another 2 we don't recognize as full-fledged organs, or rather don't know about them, but they're essential part of the machine, essential part of how the whole system works. So very quickly, these organs are they're following an order, and this order is order of uh, order of how the energy flows through the body according to the Chinese body clock, which I mentioned in the previous video. So energy flows on a 24-hour cycle throughout the body, like a tsunami, hitting another organ for a 2-hour period. And this is used in treatment, in acupuncture treatment. Horary treatments are treatments where we treat the organ, the specific organ, at a specific time of the day. But the theory says organs follow each other, and also our meridians are ordered in the same way. So where one meridian ends, the next meridian that starts is the organ next in line. So the theory is very consistent in these ways. So the organs, their order is heart, and then small intestine, and then the energy flows to bladder, and then to kidney, and then to pericardium and triple heater, the 2 organs that we don't recognize as full-fledged organs in Western medicine. And then from triple heater, it goes to gallbladder and to liver, and then to lung and large intestine, and finally to stomach and spleen. And from spleen, energy is passed back onto heart the following day after the 24-hour cycle. So these 12 organs, like I said, they generate, move, and store energy in the body, and they all have functions on all 5 levels. So once we understand, simply learn what Chinese refer to each organ's duties and lists of specific tasks that it performs, then we can actually start seeing, oh, my liver is acting wild. My liver is out of balance. For instance, I brought up liver. I'm not sure why, but when liver is out of balance, what we see is we see lack of vision. In Chinese medicine, liver, each organ has an opening. It opens to something, controls some sort of tissue or function. And in liver's case, it is vision. Liver gives us vision in life, but not just on physical level, not just the eyes. It controls the eyes, human vision, but it gives us vision on intellectual, on emotional, on spiritual, on sexual level. It gives us ability to see things in these ways. On intellectual level, it gives us ability to see things that we need to pay attention to, we need to address, we need to develop or engage in some way. Or on emotional level, gives us ability to see what is going on here emotionally that I cannot see when my liver is not well. And we see this pattern again specifically on liver, but on every organ. Every organ has a specific superpower, talent given to us, that when it's lacking, we can see that the organ is in distress. So in liver's case, we all know this. People with deficient livers, with injured livers, they have tendency to be angry. They have tendency to shout. They have tendency to abuse substance. They cannot see any other way of being. Anecdotally, we know when a person abuses alcohol, they show up at the same time of the day, every day, at the local pub or bar, not just at the location, but at the same chair. They're like attached to the same space, same location in the space, in that establishment. That's their spot. And this is simply because they cannot see a possibility of anything else. They're kind of zombied into this existence of they just keep repeating the same pattern because they cannot see any other options available. And so every organ gives us these talents. Out of these 12 organs, very quickly, the 2 that I mentioned that we don't see in Western medicine are pericardium, which is a contraption that body evolved to have. And it's basically a set of 2 membranes that are separated by liquid. And inside the inner membrane lives our human heart. So it's thought that this contraption exists so it minimizes or eliminates friction between a beating heart and lungs. So they would be rubbing against each other if there was nothing to isolate the heart. But pericardium, and it's called pericardium in Western medicine. In Eastern medicine, pericardium is a full-fledged organ, giving us ability to fall in love. And this is what you see in human journey. The second 20 years, so from 20 to 40, this is the pericardium, the fire time. We are all engaged in this process of finding a soulmate. This is physical. This comes from a physical level. And when that organ is not well, when that organ is not healthy, what we see is lack of interest or inability to connect. The other organ, so pericardium gives us, in Chinese medicine, that's the most important part about pericardium, is that it opens up the heart. It allows us to get connected one-on-one. It controls our ability for intimacy, for intimate relationship. The other organ that I mentioned is the triple heater. And triple heater is the organ that manages body's temperature. It consists of three areas, three zones: above diaphragm, between diaphragm and navel, and below navel. And these three heaters, if you will, three areas, they manage not just human temperature, but they manage our humidity as well, the body's humidity as well. Uh, Speaking of human temperature, by the way, it's just shocking. It's one of those rare things that no disease can interrupt. I mean, if you think about it, it may be nature's biggest miracle. Human body maintains the perfect temperature of plus minus 1 degree. 1 degree, whether you're in Sahara or in North Pole. It's just incredible that walking into AC, stepping out into hot sun, it doesn't matter. Your body instantly adjusts its temperature. Triple heater is the organ in charge of that. Triple heater gives us talents, our ability to connect to everybody except on intimate level comes from triple heater. So, strangely enough, in every language, anywhere in the world, you have expressions of person being cold or warm that refer to their ability to interact with humans. And this is triple heater's job. Triple heater regulates body temperature, but also makes us appear, oh, she's such a cold bitch. Why do you say cold? Did you take her temperature? But we all know, in every culture, every country, we know what it means. When we say a person is cold, a person is warm, we know, oh, she's so warm. I can't leave her side. I just want to be with her all the time. This is very, very normal, natural response to body's ability to keep its temperature properly and give us that talent to connect to others. So, like I mentioned, every organ has its own opening. Every organ has its own tissue that it controls. And once we understand these videos are way too short to go into detail, but the information is readily available, and you can seek it online. But once you understand which organ controls what, you can start understanding how to address it, how to address your well-being, and how to start curing your body. An example of something that Chinese figured out thousands of years ago is kidneys, control of bones. In Chinese medicine, we heal, we repair, we improve bone quality and bone repair by treating kidney. So kidney and bladder, its partner, they are water element, and we treat them when we want to speed up healing of bone fractures, of issues with bones. In Western medicine, there's no connection there. But interestingly, statistically, we learned enough that when someone has a kidney failure issue, a situation where they are forced to use dialysis, to go on dialysis machine, they are almost always given bone supplements nowadays. Because statistically, Western doctors see, oh, wait a second, kidneys are off and bones start becoming brittle. In Chinese medicine, kidneys open to bones for thousands of years. So these things we're starting to see like, oh, this is very interesting, but the theory is so complete, it's so holistic that it really is smart to start learning enough to identify which organ is in charge of my problem, which organ may be connected to what am I suffering from, and then pursuing that, seeing what can I do to improve this organ's performance without any acupuncture, without any visits to a doctor, with my lifestyle choices, with my sleep choices, with my food choices, with how I manage stress and exercise. We start affecting these organs very directly, with much more power than we realize, as soon as we know which organ controls which opening, which tissue. So this is about all I wanted to put in this video. Organs are also they are assigned to elements. So I'll just go quickly through that to give you just another angle. the five element theory, basically, if the theory of qi, the number one theory in Chinese philosophy and medicine, states that everything is energy, and the second one, the yin and yang law of yin and yang, they define that energy. They explain the nature of energy. Then the five element law basically explains how does energy flow. So we have these three laws governing the whole process of understanding and addressing health issues. So how organs are assigned is each element has a pair of organs assigned to them. So the first element is wood, and the organs are gallbladder and liver. The second element is fire, and this one has 4 organs because we have 12 organs. So 4 are related to our ability to connect, like I said, pericardium and triple heater, but also heart and small intestine. So these are the 4 fire organs. Stomach and spleen are assigned to earth. Lung and large intestine represent metal, and bladder and kidney are water. So these 5 elements, they have all 12 officials assigned to them, and the energy flows between them in a very specific, very understood and explained order and dynamic. So this is like a little intro to how Chinese see the body, and how can we start using this knowledge without getting a degree. It's very direct, it's very simple, and basically searching for more information on law of 5 elements, and then also on acupuncture points and acupuncture meridians, which I will talk about in the upcoming videos. So that is all I have to say for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please ding that notification bell so you get notified when I post another video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.